Okay, so we are going to get started with our call. I'm very, very proud of everybody for even sticking with this and continuing with it and following it. And I know it's a huge commitment, and you have to be very proud of yourself. So what we had asked over the last couple calls was to have a full calendar. So your calendar should be full now. I know I had it brought to my attention that, what if, we don't do the 3 asks per day, we just do it all night. It's totally kind of up to you, but try to do your asks. The reason why we do the 3 asks is so that when you're out and about, you're still asking people and you're talking to people. It kind of fits in your everyday life. That's why the 3 asks are kind of there. But I mean, if you're sticking with doing a call night, and you've made those 15 calls, I mean, you are still doing the 3 asks. So that's another way of looking at it too. So take part in the call nights, even if your calendar is full, because you can still book into the next month. Plus, things cancel. I've had to replace a few cancellations. I think our next call night we'll do on Thursday. I think that's tomorrow. Yeah. So take part in those to make sure your calendar is full. So once you have those 10 income producing activities on there, 6 should be at least group shows. If you have more than that, that's awesome, because you will have the cancellations. Now I kind of want to just touch on, make sure you're doing your hostess coaching. Make sure your hostess is trying the products, so they've had some exposure to Arbonne. Make sure they're excited. They're doing their wish list. You're asking them questions about themselves. How was your day? How was work? What went really great? Asking questions to find the need for Arbonne as a business, because almost all of my hostesses signed up to do the business. So you might be missing a little bit there if you're not asking them about themselves and you're not finding the need. So keep in real good contact with your hostess. Make sure that you're jogging their memory of people to ask, giving them some verbiage of what they're asking for people to come over. They don't have to buy. Just come, have a few drinks, get pampered, get a free facial, and make sure they're writing out their wish list of all they want because they're super excited about their party. And make sure that you're not letting them cancel for no reason. So make sure that you're also saying, no, I already got a babysitter. No, I'm already headed out the door. Even if it's just you and me, that's fine. I'll just come pamper you. I mean, put your legs up. I'll bring the bottle of wine. It'll be fun. Because that one person could be your next business builder, or they could even give you some referrals, right? So you've got that night already. And if they do absolutely have to cancel, something happened that they can't control, make sure you're doing your income producing activities. Like you're getting on the phone, you're phoning people, you're replacing that party that was supposed to happen but didn't, or you're talking to somebody about the business or whatever it is. You're filling what's supposed to happen because there's something better out there that's actually supposed to happen. And then when you're doing your parties or your skincare presentations, make sure that you're not missing the link of asking the guests at the Sea Salt Scrub questions about themselves to find the business builder. Get the feedback call booked. So you're asking those questions once again that I went over last time, do you work outside the home? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? And then you're booking the call for the next day immediately to get some more information for them. And they're also doing you a favor for your training. Make sure, because if you're not asking people, to take a look at this business at your parties, you're missing the boat. Because all my business builders came from my parties. So I want you to be really, really, when you go into that skincare presentation, you want to say, I'm getting parties booked. I'm getting rebookings so I don't have to get on the phone again. And I'm also getting business builders. So rebookings, if you're not getting rebookings within your shows, you need to play a game. Play the dice game, ask your upline. Make sure you're telling everybody your best savings is. Lead with that. Lead with that with any product sales. Your best savings is to host. Have a couple girlfriends over. I pamper you guys with free facials. Show them the before and afters of the Ultra device. They're incredible. Who wouldn't want to fix their problem skin? Nobody wants wrinkles. So that's the thing too, is make sure that you're doing that as well. Like you want to be getting rebookings and you want to be finding business builders within that. That's your purpose. That's why you're there. So make sure that that's something you're doing. So your calendar is full. We went over that. Join in the call nights. We went over the sponsoring as well. So you listen to the sponsoring call. Make sure you're getting your feedback calls booked. You're asking people to join your business. Find the need. Make conversation. Don't just throw this on them because they don't understand why they would want to do it or what's in it for them. So hopefully you have somebody, your next two, you have somebody who's taking a look at the business at all times. So your goal, you want to have at least one new business builder every single month that's joining, right? So this week, you want to rewrite your master contact list. That's going to be your homework. So jog your own memory. Go through there and look at, who do you know that you do services with? who on Facebook looks like super positive and their life, you know, they seem really kind, people who love to host, people who you've done favors for, your family, your friends. Go through your phone contact list. There's so many people, and carry your list everywhere, because you always run into people that you need to add to it. So when you go through your master list, you're rewriting it, identify who have you not personally asked to join your business. Who have you not found the need or the want or the desire for something more? Who do you know that, you know, maybe would need this business? And then identify, so maybe you want to put a B beside them for business, right? So you're identifying that. Then identify who have you not personally asked to host for you. Who have you not asked? And like I said, lead with your best savings is. So when they try the products and they want to buy some, your best savings is have a couple girlfriends over, get your products for free. Why would you want to pay for them? Why do you want to pay for your products when you don't have to? I have people that just host. They never ever purchase like outside of them hosting. They have 2 or 3 parties a year. So, and especially any of your wholesale, any of your consultants that sign up for the discount, make sure you're asking them to host for you as well. If they're not doing any in the business, ask them, because they still have to do that 1,200, right, QV. So you don't want to be missing the boat there either. So make sure you're doing your follow-up. Then you want to identify who have you not personally asked to try your products. So who on your list has never tried Arbonne? Once they try it, it's pretty simple. They want it, right? And then your best savings is have a couple girlfriends over, right? So that's kind of what you want to do. So put beside them maybe a B for business, H for host, P for product, or whatever you want to do. But without a list, you don't have a business. So continue reading and listening to the Grit. I know some people are still on Fire book. That's okay. Continue reading that one as well. It's just so that you're doing some sort of personal growth on a daily basis. That's kind of the point of that. So make sure that you're doing your reading, either whichever book you're on. I love them both. So, and then I'm going to send out one-on-ones training. It's a YouTube training that you can watch if you're not focusing also on your one-on-ones. A lot of times I think we kind of miss the boat there as well. We think, well, if they won't have a group show, you know, we don't ask them for the one-on-one. So I'm going to send out a YouTube video so you guys can look at that and kind of take some tips from the one-on-ones as well. Because that's just like a party, except for at the end, you're going to ask for referrals. You're going to ask for who else do you know who takes really good care of themselves. That's what I ask them. And, you know, I could pay them your compliments. Like, who else do you know? Maybe you give them a free hand cream or a free item out of whatever they purchase and say, you know, I really appreciate you helping with my business. That's how we build businesses, through a network of people you know that maybe I don't know. And I appreciate you helping me so much. I'm going to give you a primer, right? So make sure you're asking for the referrals. That's really key as well, because in those referrals, you might find somebody. And make sure when you're doing a one-on-one, you do the same thing. Ask questions. Find the need for the business. What do you do? What do you like about it? What don't you like it? You stay home with your kids. What did you do before? You know, what do you miss about that? Ask questions and listen. That's what we do. We listen. People need to talk about themselves. We don't do the talking. We just ask the questions and let them ramble and talk about themselves constantly. And keep doing your asking. I talked about that at the beginning, the 3 asks a day, 5 days a week, or else make sure you're on a call night. If you're not, you know, getting all your asks in, do a call night. Get your 15 asks out of the way. Get on the call nights and get that out of the way. The whole point is to make sure that your calendar is full and it stays full. If you stay in consistent activity for the next 3 months, I can guarantee you something's going to happen in your business. You will have business builders and you will move to the next level because of the activity that you have. That's key in this business. So I just want to kind of open it up to anybody who maybe wants to share anything on this call and maybe let me know how it's going. If you have any questions, it's kind of your turn. I'm just going to kind of open it up, and then I'll send out the call and I'll send out the YouTube video on how to have the one-on-ones, the successful one-on-ones.
Hi, Jacqueline, and hello, everybody. I just have something to add. I'm playing catch up a little bit with the emails Jacqueline's been sending out. So if you feel like you're a little bit behind, it's okay. You can catch up. But today I listened to the Bookem call with Anik Dean, the one on scheduling. And I also listened to the sponsoring call. And those are both part of our homework in those emails. And I just got to say, they're both absolutely incredible calls. So if you haven't done your homework from this call series, and if you haven't listened to those 2 calls, I really, really, really highly recommend that you listen to them, because they are really amazing. So that's what I wanted to add in. And thank you, Jacqueline.
Well, thank you. And thank you, Lacey, for sharing that. Because if you are behind, don't get frustrated. You can catch up. This is so that you're doing whatever it was you weren't doing in your business. You're doing more than you were before. And that's what you have to be proud of. Don't get discouraged if you're not totally up to, you're not, because I know we have busy lives, but be proud of yourself that you're doing more in your business than you were before. Because that's what this is about. This is so that you push yourself to the next level of maybe what you weren't doing before. And this is so that maybe you have the help that maybe you didn't feel you were getting before. Take a look at yourself and really, really ask yourself, where is it that maybe I need to work on? Is my calendar full? Am I good at getting my rebookings? Like, do I have those? Do I do good hostess coaching? And then maybe look at, how's my sponsoring looking for this month? Do I have a new business builder? Am I keeping up with my personal growth, my reading? Am I taking good care of myself? Do a 28-day, the detox, the challenges are going around as well. If you need any of the meal ideas or any of that, and you want to take part in those sort of things, do those for yourself, because I can guarantee you feel so much better. Like eating properly and exercising, you feel so much better. And that's part of what we do, right? So those are just kind of the things. Just take a look at in your business and ask for help if you need it. If you're kind of struggling and you're like, okay, well, I can't seem to find a business builder, maybe ask. Just say, this is what I'm doing. What could I do differently? Most likely you're not asking. I'm just being honest. You're not asking at your parties because you're too scared. And you're not asking them flat out, hey, do you want to do this business? No, that's scary. No, I don't want to do this business, because that's what everyone said to me when I said that. Hey, you want to do this business with me? This will be fun. They're like, no. So you want to find the need, so it's about them. Let them talk about themselves. Build a relationship. Build that rapport with them. Find that need, that want, that desire for more time and money, and then make it about them. Okay, well, I totally know how you can stay home with your kids. Do you got 20 minutes time for quick calls tomorrow? I can do, you can get that information, and you don't have to do it. I can be totally out to lunch. But at least you have the information if you ever need it. And plus, you'd be helping me out with my training as well. Win-win. And then they say, yeah, sure, and get it booked right away. But if you're not doing that, you're missing the boat, because that's where all my business builders came from. All of them. They were not people that I knew. I mean, people I knew thought I was nuts. Until I earned that Mercedes, then they were all like banging down my door, because they were like, okay, now we're ready to start, right? But that's where you're going to find those. So make sure you're getting your rebookings. You don't want to miss that boat either, because your calendar will just move full into the next month with people that you don't know. I was really good at that. I would give them anything to book a show for me. I didn't care what it was. I would give them whatever I came with. You can have it. You can have my car. You can have whatever. I don't care, but you got to have a party. Like, I would be really good at that. If there was something they wanted, sometimes you got to give to go up. You really do. And then when your calendar's full again for the next month, you feel great. And then you just keep it going, and your momentum goes. That's why you don't run out of people. People always ask me, well, how did you never run out of people? Because I'm getting to know everybody that other people know. It's not in my circle, right? And that's why it's so key having those, and you're leveraging your time as well. And don't miss out on the one-on-ones as well. Keep yourself, if they say no, turn it into a one-on-one. That's okay. But ask for referrals, because you want to keep it going. Just remember that. Rebookings and asking questions to find the needs. Does anybody else have anything they want to share that's going on, or any questions?
I have something I'll share.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt like I was running out of people to talk to, and then I remembered that I have a whole bunch of clients that I can phone. Imagine that. So I started phoning, just touching base with clients, and also I've been doing the profile client sheet. I don't know if anyone else is doing that, but it is awesome, because often you have people at your shows that don't order because they don't have the funds to do so. So they're a perfect candidate for the business. And I was having a problem before doing those profile sheets, that if I didn't sit down with them one-on-one after to fill out an order, I wasn't able to really talk to them. And then if they left, I didn't have their contact information. So make sure you do those. Awesome. And I have a little kind of mini success story to share. She was actually an old coworker of mine who was a client and also hosted once for me. And I really wanted to touch base with her about the business. And I've been trying to get a hold of her for just over a year now. I called her, I don't know, at least 4 or 5 times, left messages, sent her a couple text messages. I just got in touch with her last night, and I booked a feedback call to do next week with you, Jacqueline. So don't give up on calling clients. I know I felt like I was harassing them, but luckily my power partner, Tiffany, kind of kicked me in the butt and said, just keep calling these people. Eventually you're going to get in touch with them. And if they don't want you to be calling them, they're probably going to send you a text message and tell you, stop calling me, which hasn't happened to me yet. So just kind of keep doing that, you probably have a whole ton of people in your client list that need this business, or to get in touch with them for reorders or hosting. So yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations. That's awesome. I'm proud of you. And follow-up is really key. And the thing you have to think about follow-up too is you're not bugging people. You're offering them customer service. When's the last time you got a call about customer service? Like to offer you something. I had to go back, and I mean, it was embarrassing. Some people I hadn't contacted, I went into the old Tickle trunk and pulled out all my old files. And the profile sheets are amazing. I agree with that 100%. Get them to fill out the profile sheets and leave them with you right at the very beginning, because then at least you do have their contact information if they don't order something. That's a really good point. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. But I had to go back from 10 years ago, can you imagine, and call people and tell them how horrible I was at customer service and I'm trying to get better. They were like, oh, that was a long time ago. I'm like, yeah, you probably don't even remember me. I was so crappy at customer service. I'm like, but I'm working on it. I want to get better. I'm just a slow learner. And they like started laughing. Make fun of yourself. It gets very humbling. Like, it was embarrassing. I'm not going to lie. And I said, I don't even know if you're still using Arbonne, or if you even have a consultant that you purchase from, or if you're even interested in, but maybe you want to see some of our new products, right? So that's something that I think is really key is that, you know what, even if you haven't offered the best customer service, so what? Be humble, be vulnerable, and just tell them, I really stunk at that. I'm sorry, but I'm going to be better. I'm working on it. That's my goal. I'm working on it. And thank you for being patient with me. So that's something else too, but make sure you are going through your own, like sometimes we have our business right in front of us with WebStats. Like we can go on there, we can see our whole business with our clients, for our clients, and make sure you're offering them customer service, asking them how much do you love your products? How is it going? Even just chit chat, get to know them, open up, how was your day? How are your kids? Whatever, build that relationship, because those people will become your business builders when life happens. So make sure you are contacting them, I think I do follow the 2x2x2. So 2 weeks, 2 months, that sort of thing, or 2 weeks, 2 months. So that's how I do it when they first order. So I do the 2x2. So you can do it that way as well. I mean, you want to ask them, how they initially like their products, that they received it, everything's great. Then you want to ask them, how everything's going, with their products, if they had any questions. And then you want to do a follow-up, 2 months later to find out, do you need to reorder anything? Is there anything that I can help you with? Even your preferred clients. Maybe they're struggling with ordering, or maybe you're going to offer them something even better if you're going towards a level of management. Maybe you're amping it up and give them 35% off, or whatever it is, whatever you're doing, right? But that's a reason to call them. A reason to call them as well is maybe they haven't seen all the new products. Maybe they haven't seen the holiday line. Maybe they haven't seen the Genius Ultra. Your job is to call people and to let them know what's going on with Arbonne. That's what it is. So even though they're a preferred client, maybe they haven't went on there and they have no idea. Maybe they'll host for you. And then maybe you'll get talking with them, you'll find a need, you'll get a feedback call booked, right? So ask those questions, find the need, do some really great follow-up, and I know for sure some really incredible things are going to happen. So I'm going to send out that call for you. Does anybody else have anything else they want to share before I let everybody go? Yeah? I don't see anybody coming off there. Okay. So thank you, everybody, for taking the time, for being on the call, and I will let you guys all go. And congratulations. So have a fabulous day, everyone.